Hello again and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you've listened to this, welcome. I try and do a video every week to talk about life. Originally set up these videos just to practice speaking in front of a camera, but now I've been doing it for over a year. Yeah, it's just talking about life as a midlife person and what insights I can impart, maybe for other people, as in younger people, maybe for other midlife people. But also I think today I was thinking about what I could do that would be valuable to myself. I mean, all these videos are fundamentally for me. And what I mean by that is I want to be able to look back in 6 months' time to suddenly think, this is what I was thinking at the time. These are the insights. This is like a video diary in many ways. So in the last 4 or 5 weeks, what I've been doing is just talking about different insights for younger people. I've been a career coach. I work in finance. I have different insights on life based on my career experiences, living in 3 countries and so on. But today I wanted to kind of shift. So the other weeks I talked about careers. I talked about finance. Again, these are my jobs in the past and currently. Relationships, how you spend your time, so on and so forth. So check out the previous videos on those topics and like and subscribe, etc. But today I was trying to think what could move the needle for me personally. And it's really about meaning and purpose, a sense of, because all of the things that we often look at online is about, you consume stuff, you want to get something, you want to get better at X, you want to improve your health, you want to learn how to make money, you want to improve your career, and nothing wrong with those things, of course. But deep down, you really got to know, what's the point? What's it all about? I don't actually know the meaning of life. None of us actually knows the meaning of life. But what I do know is I need to have some meaning in my life, some purpose in my life to ground me. And I'm reminded of this, a lot by often when you hear about someone, well, it doesn't even have to be someone famous, someone that you know goes through hardship or passes away, and it kind of brings it back to proper grounding in yourself, the fact that nothing is, all the good times are followed by less good times, often followed by more good times. Probably not explaining myself very well, and I never edit these videos, by the way. The point being, sometimes you've got to realize that there is a flow in life. Good follows bad, follows good, follows bad, and you just got to embrace it. But if you have some meaning, if you have some purpose, then it can give some context to what is happening to you. Because at the end of the day, we all have these things in our lives. I was thinking about this the other week. We had a family trip, and we were in the park, and I looked around, and it was early March, the weather was great, lots of people running around, having fun. I looked around and thought, this is great. And I had a split moment when I thought, but this won't last forever. And I don't know what made me think that, but it was just that reality of embrace the good and the bad, because it will happen. And sure enough, in the context of my family situation, my kids just had a meltdown. Too much sugar, too much running around, don't know what it was. They just kind of were kids. They were just being kids. And that happened probably an hour or two into this perfect moment. So I was perceiving everything as, this is great, this is wonderful, but this too will pass. And the good will pass and the bad will pass. As long as you embrace it all together, you should be okay. And that's really what kind of, I guess, made me think about what to talk about for this video, whereby at the end of the day, you know, life happens and we've got to embrace the good and the bad. And as I said, provide some context for our existence. Now, I'm not an overly religious person. I do believe that there is something bigger than this. This being, you know, life and work and basics of science, making money. I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain what I actually believe specifically, but I do know that there is more to my existence than what I'm seeing, maybe what I'm doing, maybe more than what I'm experiencing, but there's more. And in order to properly tap those thoughts, I always think, refer to good books from the past. Now, for you, that could be the Bible, it could be the Quran, it could be the Book of Mormons, it could be whatever practice, it could be some Buddhist text, it could be whatever practice that has lasted the test of time to some degree. And so I'm happy to dip into different preachings, different thought processes in order to get a semblance, a sense of what's this all about, or how can I get something out of this to tell me what this is all about. Not on the same level of those ancient texts, but Man's Search for Meaning, you'll probably see it backwards because I'm just filming this off my phone, to me is, well, it calls itself the classic tribute to hope from the Holocaust. And it is such a deep and life affirming and life challenging book. I say challenging because it shows what man can do to man in terms of the horror, but life affirming because it shows just how strong individuals can be. I'll put a link in the description below for those of you who haven't read this book. It took me years to get around to reading it, and now that I have, I just often dip into it because I have, you probably won't see, but I just, every few pages, underlinings. You know, lots of things I got from it. And I think that's one thing I'm going to do more of. Just refer to books from the past that resonated with me. And so again, going back to my original topic, which is about purpose and meaning, there's so many things that are available to us to provide us an understanding of what what meaning is to our lives, how we can find meaning in our lives, how we can find a sense of purpose. I don't think there's any one template. For me, a sense of purpose is my purpose. So trying to do things purposefully is part of my purpose. Meaning, is anchored to history, our own personal history, and how we interpret the future and the present. And I just am trying to pull it all together in a way that makes sense. For those of you who are a lot younger, I'm talking about people in their 20s and 30s, you might think that people who are older have it all sussed. Life is sussed. You Gen Xers, you boomers, you had it good. No, we're still making things up. We're still working through life on a daily basis, trying to make sense of things. So the naivety of youth is a good thing, whereby you kind of think you've got it sussed, then you realize you haven't, and then you spend probably the rest of your life just kind of realizing you haven't got it sussed. And I guess you get to a certain age, maybe in your 60s or 70s or 80s, I don't know, when you don't care. You don't care that you don't have it sussed. I don't know what age that will be, but for a lot of us, we're still working through the fact that we're trying to find proper understanding of our meaning, a proper understanding of our purpose. So yeah, so this was a random walkabout video, deeper than I often talk about on here. Again, Man's Search for Meaning is for me a good anchor for how to look at how to provide some perspective on your current life. Let's put it that way. You know, I don't live in a concentration camp. I am not being I'm not a few meters away from someone who's about to be put to death. You know, that's the kind of reality of the characters, true story characters in this book. And I need to at least provide myself with that kind of context so that I don't get dragged down by the small stuff, I think. Yeah, okay. I've been talking a lot this time. So again, look at the other videos here. Pretty different to this one. I think I've just gone off at a tangent. Like and subscribe, and yeah, hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.